I mean, anybody whose thumbnail looks like this is certainly not going to beat the Schaffrillas allegations. Or at least that's what I initially thought when I had another video slide across my desk, ranking every single Mario Kart game, with the obvious usual exceptions. A very intriguing premise for yet another Sir Mercy reaction video, eh? Was this going to be an intellectual battle of giants, going point for point, rebuking each other at every turn? Or my inner demon's going to take over and insist on turning this into yet another Sir Mercy themed game show? You have to wait and find out. Well, with that being said, Mr. Platty's last place spot did confuse me a little, as it might do you.
I don't really like Super Mario Kart. It's by far the worst game in the franchise, and I don't think you can possibly make an argument that it's not.
I can. Mario Kart Tour sounds like it would be fun.
I'm gonna be honest, Platty, I would have just preferred it if you were a SNES hater. Because at least then I could have just like rolled my eyes, I could have gone to the fridge and got another drink, and like come back and be like, oh, did he say flat equals bad yet? And then we could have just moved on. Do you know what I mean? We could have just gone through the motions. I could have said my lines. You could have said yours, and we could have moved on. Tour in last place. If he gives me the whole phone game bad, it's a phone game, guys. Does anyone else hate phone games? If there's any of that in this, I'm actually going to be genuinely upset. In the big 2024 as well, Tour in last place seems a bit. My mind is open. My mind is genuinely open. I'm willing to be convinced. In the same with money, I'm willing to be convinced with money. I don't Tour just controls weird to handle. Yeah, but it's a phone game though. Like, come on, man. Like
a Mario Kart game you can play on your phone with tracks from all across the series up to 7, with numerous new tracks and variations of old ones, with a wide variety of characters and costumes. How could you possibly screw it up? It's simple. Make it a free-to-play mobile game. And being a free-to-play mobile game, you just have.
Your next line is going to be, they did remove the gacha, right? That's what you're going to say next?
Have to front load it with microtransactions and gacha mechanics. Yeah, I know they got rid of the latter, but does it really matter when everything is still so damn strict and expensive? And what's so impressive about having so many tracks when only like 10 of them are available every 2 weeks? Does it get better when you look past all that?
You're not wrong for hating the fact that you can only play a set amount of track every couple of weeks, but I just think the fact that there's like a rotating set of tracks every couple of weeks gives me a reason to come back to the game again. Does that make sense? Like, if every track was available all of the time in Mario Kart Tour, there'd be nothing to like keep you coming back. Do you know what I mean? As a mobile game, one of your greatest strengths is that you have to appeal to the fact that people are going to play you for like an hour at a time and then put you down, right? So you want to give people a new reason to just keep coming back. If that is as simple as, oh hey, look, you can play Donkey Kong Mountain now. It's like, oh okay, I'll play that. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, okay, oh, you can play fucking Yoshi Desert. Oh okay, I'll come back and play that. It's like that's just how it be, you know? I want to see what he said. You got to say something more than this, but I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to be honest. But let's see if you cook further.
Not really. The controls in this game are so awkward. The steering feels really finicky, especially
It's a fun game.
on some of the bumpier tracks, and it's easy to accidentally use an item when switching between steering and drifting, since you just need to tap the screen to use one.
I can't say I've had that problem personally. I can say fair, but I can't say I've had that problem. Have you guys? This is something where I'm going to defer it to you, chat, because like I've not played it Tour enough to like properly go against this critique, but I've had no problem with the controls of Mario Kart Tour from the like couple of hours I've played it. It's happened to me a few times. Sometimes when I steer, it just drifts and it's annoying. I didn't have that issue, but it feels bad outside of touch controls. Fair enough. So, you know, I'll give it to him. That's a fair critique. Okay, let's continue.
The automatic acceleration and trick system don't help either, as they make the game feel so dumbed down.
Firstly, the trick system is probably one of the most fun things about Tour. Seeing the funny number go up is just like a cool thing, because it incentivizes you to play differently to how you would play any other standard Mario Kart game. Now you're going for tricks all of the time. Now you're making sure you hit those mini turbos, so you can like make sure the combo meter keeps going. The trick system is like the point system is probably one of the best things about Tour. 100%. 100%. And as for auto accelerating, it's a phone game. I can understand. Okay, I can understand you criticizing the whole rotating track thing if that doesn't work for you personally. I would say that's kind of like a thing to entice you to keep playing phone games. But if you don't like that sort of design, fair. As for the auto acceleration and the auto tricking, Super Mario Run automatically runs for you, and yeah, I think that's a fantastic platformer. And I say that with my chest. It is probably one of my favorite Mario games. And that game automatically makes you run. So like, what are you, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here, brother? What are we doing here? Are you okay? He's okay, don't worry. Also, the score combos are fun, but I do agree it feels open sim fun. Yes, it's a phone game, but I think it wasn't the best way to adapt the series. You don't think that, how would you have done it? Because when people say that, I'm just like, how would you have done it?
Everything about this game in general feels so artificial and dry. The plastic art style, the CPUs having fake usernames,
I do hate the fact that the CPUs have fake usernames. I think the yacht style is okay. I can see if you hate it, that's fine.
annoying, pointless score system, and
Annoying, pointless score system? Oh, hang on. Oh, love. Gamers, we can confirm. Platty just hates fun.
generally automated feeling gameplay loop just bores the life out of me. It has almost none of the series' usual charm, and I see no reason to ever go back to it since everything it does well is either A, only available for a limited time, or B, already in one of the other games anyway. I could go further, but why would I? Mario Kart Tour is just another terrible mobile cash grab and nothing-
Terrible mobile crash.
What the segment?
The Diablo mobile game is a pointless cash grab. Mario Kart Tour, I wouldn't say that, personally.
Though I guess if you really want to play Mario Kart on your phone, download an emulator and get a ROM of DS. Thank me later.
Don't do that. Just to clarify, don't do that. Not because pirating is better. No, because touchscreen controls on emulation is shit. If you're going to emulate a game on your phone, do like a Pokemon game or a slow-paced game where twitchy controls don't matter. I can genuinely see how you'd think Tour is like your least favorite, but you didn't mention the RT variants, which I think are some of the coolest things about it. Like, I feel like you're not wrong for this opinion. I feel like your justification is half-baked. That's what this feels like to me. I love the RT variants. I think they're an interesting way to play the same level in different ways. I think they're very, very good. But what am I supposed to do? Like, I just don't feel there was enough. There was not enough in this, brother. I like Tor, but he's saying saying the worst is understandable as long as the reasoning isn't phone game bad. But I feel like a lot of it did come down to phone game band. bit of a weak critique, I'm going to be honest, Platty. But let's keep moving. Let's see what he has to say. So far on you haven't endeared to me. We're still calm, guys. We're still calm. Where's the music? Okay, can we get the music back, guys? We're still calm. Guys, we're still calm. Okay, we're still calm, chat. Let's continue.
Anyway, the worst real Mario Kart is Super Mario Kart. Wow.
Gamers, okay, can we play a game of bingo? Okay, if he so give me some phrases. Give me 5 phrases, and if he says all 5 of those, I will gift 5 subs. One of them flat equals bad. Flat. If he mentions flat bad, that's 1.
And it was at this frame right here, gamers, that the game show gods decided to take over and imbue me with the power of chicanery. Yes, gamers, in order to figure out how predictable Platty truly was, we just had to brainstorm and concoct 5 different things that he might say during his Super Mario Kart segment. And should he tick all 5 boxes, then I would gift 5 of the finest SoMmercy memberships to the channel, and the chat would have all of the bragging rights. Think about it yourself. The average Super Mario Kart video on the internet tends to hit the same bells and whistles, don't they? Flat equals bad, the tracks have reused layouts. So surely Platty was going to hit all the marks, right? And after much deliberation, we came up with our 5 chosen categories.
These are your 5. If he says these 5s, I'll gift 5 memberships to the channel, okay? I'll be nice and say if he mentions like any sort of variant, then we'll VAR check it, okay? These are your 5, okay? Remember, guys, we're calm. We're calm, okay, guys? We're calm. Let's be calm, all right?
To say that this game does not hold up would be a massive understatement. Don't get me wrong, I can see why this game was a must-own back in the 90s. Being able to race go-karts with a friend as a selection of iconic and beloved Mario characters, including Bowser, who had never been playable before then, must have been an absolute joy for the average early 90s kid. There's just one problem. It's been over 30 years, and as I said, this game does not hold up. For starters,
if we did old equals bad, I think that would have clicked off on there, but let's continue. Here's where we get to the mean shit.
This game is an absolute nightmare to control. The steering and
we got slippy controls.
drifting are unbearably floaty. It's hard to make even a single turn without spinning out. I don't get it. F-Zero came out a year prior on the same system and it controls fine, especially for the time. And if you miss a turn and lose all your speed, which you will, good luck trying to catch up, because the CPUs do not play fair. They use
is that considered, hang on, is that maybe too hard? Do we consider that for too hard? I'll let him go, hang on, we'll see.
their very own items whenever the hell they want.
Okay, that's definitely too hard. That's definitely too hard. 100%. I think that's definitely too hard.
And also have horrendous rubber band AI that keeps them right
That definitely counts. 100% that counts.
when you're in the lead, but doesn't give you even the slightest chance to come back if you fall behind. It doesn't help that the track selection is far and away the worst in the series. There are like...
He has to say reused. He has to like reused or any variant of that word. Remember, guys.
2 or 3 moderately decent tracks, and the rest are either bland and forgettable at best, or contending for the worst track in the whole series at worst. Tons of repeated settings, punishing turns, and...
Okay, technically he said repeated settings, not repeated layouts. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to VAR check that. That count? I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see.
General bad design make them all a chore to race on. At the end of the day, it's still the first Mario Kart.
I don't know. I'm splitting hairs. I am splitting hairs. Okay, I am.
I have to.
So look at the fails. Like themes equals settings equals layouts. Do you know what? Just because of fail sniper, he's your goat now, gamers. He's your goat. I will count him. How can we get there's no elevation? Can we get like? There's no gliding yet, can we? Let's find out. Doesn't bland equal boring, though?
And the rest are either bland and forgettable.
We'll come back to that. He said bland as well? We'll come back to that. Hang on.
Applaud Nintendo for doing the best they could on a 16-bit console. Even so, there's honestly no reason to play it today, especially since we eventually got an actually playable Mode 7 Mario Kart. Speaking of which...
Oh, he's doing... What's it? So he technically, guys, even if I give you boring, he technically didn't say flat equals bad. He didn't do that all flat and boring. He technically, guys, which was the top one as well. That was the top one. I thought that was a shoo-in. He did not say flat equals bad. We have to give him props for that. That's the one thing that everyone says. Flat equals, I thought that was a shoo-in, in all fairness. But unfortunately, guys, I said it's all or nothing. No gifters. Let's continue.
Mario Kart Super Circuit is probably the most overlooked out of the mainline Mario Karts.
Too low? Yeah, I think this is definitely... This before 64 is crazy.
If you are wondering, yes, I was hiding my inner rage at seeing Super Circuit that low. But as the Super Circuit guy, I decided to go for this solo and come up with my own 4 things. I decided to change to 4, by the way, just to make it a bit easier to hit all the marks. So, we've seen what me and the chat can do. What about just me?
I think these are my 5. If you're asking me, these are the 5 I'm locking in. Okay, considering this is what, only 1 minute 20 seconds, I'll do 4. We'll do 4. Too hard. Do you think too hard? I don't think you'll mention too hard. I don't know. Something tells me you won't mention too hard. I don't think you'll mention that. These 4 gamers, we're locking in these 4. If he gets these 4, I'll gift 5 memberships, all right? Let's go.
Despite being Mode 7, Super Circuit is actually pretty fun. The controls, for one, are far better than they were in Super. Not perfect by any means, but it feels just tight enough for a flat kart racer. It also has a surprisingly...
He didn't complain about the controls. Interesting.
There are a few stinkers, like Snowland, both of the Ghost tracks, and the worst Rainbow Road. Even the SNES...
Kill me. Is this guy just like Schaffrillas Jr.? Is this Schaffrillas at home? He barely gets away with slandering my goat, and you're gonna do it? You're gonna have the nerve to do it?
Disgusting!
SNES and Wii U ones are better. Despite those, there are still...
And then he goes, hang on, hold the fucking phone. Hold everything.
And the worst Rainbow Road, even the SNES...
And then he says, remember, Musty, you know, you're right. Calm, guys, calm. Chat, we're calm. We're calm, chat. I needed some deep breaths, I'm not gonna lie to you. I need some real deep breaths. Are you guys feeling chill? Or am I? I don't know if I am, I'm being honest. I'm still angry. Is it normal to be angry still? I'm gonna be really fucking honest with you. I don't feel chill. I'm angry. I'm fucking mad. I'm so mad right now. I have the absolute fucking nerve to go, Chippy bad! And then on top of that, right? Even the SNES and the Wii U ones are better. So what? If you would have said even 64s and DS are better, I'd be like, you're not fair. You're slandering 2 other good Rainbow Roads, so you're gonna slander mine and then slander 2 other good ones. Are we in Bizarro Road right now, Platty? Are you hard stuck in Plat? Is that why you named the channel Platty? Disgusting behavior. Send him home. We're back in the calm zone. Continue.
Despite those, there are still a ton of hidden gems among these tracks, like Riverside Park, Ribbon Road, Sunset Wild, Sky Garden.
You know what? I'll give that to creative track themes.
With all this praise, why is Super Circuit still this low?
Yeah.
Well, that's because that's all there really is to this game. It's fun, but there isn't much of a reason to go back to it since multiplayer requires setting up link cables, and most of its tracks got remade in later games, even if not all tracks were treated equal. Sunset Wilds, I'm so sorry. While there isn't really any reason to play Super Circuit over any of the other games in the series these days, I still decently enjoy it and think it deserves more credit. Please bring Bowser Castle 4 back in the next game.
Mario's newest.
To be fair, does it count as forgettable? I guess I'll count forgettable, but even then he didn't mention Slippy controls. He didn't mention the music neither. I thought he'd mention the music. Guys, we're like 0 for 2 right now. What's the next game?
Mario Kart 7.
Mario Kart 7. What's he going to say about Mario Kart 7 gamers? Give me 4 things he will say about... Mario Kart 64 is higher than this, by the way. That's actually insane. These are the ones we're giving. If he says any 4 out of these 5, we win, okay? So let's get it. Let's get it on, gamers. Let's get it out.
It introduced various new mechanics that are now series staples like kart customization as well as glider and underwater segments. Customizing your kart not only helps you adjust to your playstyle, as it also makes you drip out your
I completely forgot to say like a customization take, because I remember this is the first game that had customization, isn't it?
in ways you could only dream of previously. I love the glider ramp so much. Being able to glide in the air for long
We could have had glider equals something. We didn't have a glider
periods
take.
of time and control where I land is an absolute
We could have had
blast.
glider equals
The
good.
underwater segments are nothing to sneeze at either, as they let you head through terrain you couldn't in past games. They're mesmerizing, and the floatier
Underwater equals good as well. He had good takes on both.
underwater are a nice bonus. The new tracks this
Shit.
game has to offer are alright. There are quite
Oh my god! I thought the new tracks are all right. Hang on.
a few gems, like Music Park, DK Jungle, the Woohoo Island tracks, and one of the best Rainbow Roads. But there's also quite
Is that enough of a glaze, guys? Is that enough of a? Is that enough of a glaze? Come on. Are we counting that as a glaze? Guys, come on. That was hardly a glaze. It was all Hawk no tour. Come on. Come on. Listen. He said the best. Okay, you know what? You're right. You know, Potato Man, you're right. I've given it a plus. We've got it, okay?
a bit of mediocre trite, like most of the Mushroom Cup, a disappointing Bowser's Castle, and Rosalina's Ice
He hates Ice World. I love him already.
World. Where this game's track list really shines, however, is with its retro track selection. This game brought back so many classics, like Koopa Troopa Beach, Calamari Desert, Daisy Cruiser, Waluigi Pinball, Airship
He
Fortress.
did say the best. No, but he said the best retros. I thought he was going to say consistently across the track selection. That's what you guys picked.
7 was, and still is, a very solid and fun game. But because nearly every innovation it made has become the norm, it kinda lives in the shadow of a game.
Oh, cool. We reread him like a book. We read him forgettable / overshadowed. We got that as well. 2 more, guys. 2 more out of 3. 2 more out of 3.
We'll see later on. Still, it's a good-ass game that deserves to be remembered fondly.
He didn't mention the roster. He doesn't mention the verse. It's my brother, man. That's like, can you even blame me for that one? You guys pick those. If you would have taken underwater equals and then like said the correct take, whether bad, mid, or good, if you would have said underwater equals good or glider equals good, could have won that. Another miss. What's next though? Let's have a look.
Mario Kart 64.
Oh, I'm fucking real. Mario 64, you know. Mario 64, you know. 5th best. Good lord, what is happening in here? All right, gamers, we know what time it is. Oh, hang on, chat. This is what I'm going to think of. You can choose whether you keep it or not. The first good one. I'll give you that one for free. You can choose to keep it if you want later. All right, so these are the ones you guys are keeping on the wayside. We'll see what happens, gamers.
Or was the first good Mario Kart. I remember seeing a
Oh! I gave that one to you guys. I literally gave that one to you guys. And none of you guys wanted it. I gave that to you. That's on you. That's actually one of you guys. I told you you'd say that. Oh, man, it's a plus, but it's not a plus for you. Word for word as well. That was a direct... Well, I've watched too many of these videos, I'm telling you.
blindness since this game has not aged very well, but I can definitely see why
He did mention this. Hang on, was it? Did he mention?
made. It was obviously out of nostalgia blindness since this game has not aged very well, but I can
He mentioned nostalgia. I mean, he mentioned that he's not nostalgic for it.
But 64 has this simplistic charm to it. The basic track layouts, the flat background
I have
visuals,
checked off
the
nostalgia,
funny
don't worry.
voice clips, the fact that the characters are all 2D sprites when they could and should have been 3D models. It's all so weirdly captivating. The controls aren't half bad, especially for an early N64 game. Drifting feels slick and satisfying, and having to move the stick left and right to boost from it.
He likes the drifting? I mean, we did technically have drifting. That could have counted, but you guys never picked it.
Of risk versus reward. With that said, the somewhat dated controls can kind of trip you up on some of the tighter tracks like Yoshi Valley. The track selection overall is so-so. There are a few gems like Koopa Troopa Beach, Royal Raceway, and Bowser's Castle, but the rest is generally kind of whatever. With the worst tracks like Frap Snowland and Toad's Turnpike being some of my least favorites in the
He hates Toad Turnpike as well. Jesus Christ.
series. Even though it came out 8 years before I was born and I didn't play it until about 2.5 years ago, I feel weirdly nostalgic about it. It probably
Oh, so he technically did mention nostalgia there. So even if I didn't give it a plus before, then.
has something to do with the dated charms I just went over.
Need something?
Bloody hell. I think that was our worst performance yet, wasn't it? That was our worst performance yet. Good lord, what is happening in here? He did mention, I think even if you took those two, you still would have only been 3 for 5. Even if we took the ones we took, we still would have lost. We still would have lost. That was the worst performance yet. We can't do any worse than that, chat. He 100% mentioned Oh man, what's next?
Mario Kart Wii.
Mario Kart Wii at 4? Jesus Christ, hell yeah. Now, after that atrocious performance at Mario Kart 64, we need to go back to winning ways with Mario Kart Wii. Except the problem with this is that I think we had way too many options. I mean, with how absolutely beloved this game is, way more than it deserves, if I'm being frankly honest. There's just so many angles of glazery that can be taken with this. And as a result, pinning down 5 options, 4 of which needed to win, was actually a lot harder than it looked. I mean, normally the chat is very good at working together, but I've never seen such civil unrest in the Musquire Empire. I did what any good community leader does, just randomly pluck one person and either deem them the hero or the villain, depending on whether the decision ends up being good or bad. I will give it to cast form. Cast form, change 1, or keep. It's all down to cast form, gamers. I'm giving it to cast form. I'm giving the reins to cast form. Graphics is going to mention Nitro's good. If it's not on there, I'll pay $5. Which one are we moving though? Funky Kong, obviously. Cast form, there's going to be egg on your face, lads. If it turns out he mentions Funky Kong. So gamers, we've locked it in now. Bike / inside drift, tricking equals good, overrated, whack items, unbalanced being mentioned too, and nitros equals good. Let's lock it in.
It pulls no punches when it comes to making the player rage with its item balancing.
Immediate, good choice, chat. Good choice. Immediately off to a good start.
You are given the option to not use the heavily marketed tilt-controlled steering, but you're still forced to
He mentioned motion controls, and gamers.
remote to trick if you're using a nunchuck, or use the D-pad if you're using a GameCube or Classic controller. I'm so glad they remapped tricking to the drift button in 7. Also, why does this game look so ugly a lot of the time? The generic...
Oh no! He's a graphic... Is this the most legendary bag fumble of all time, chat? No shot. Unreal behavior. He was a graphics Gregory.
Blocky models and washed out color palette have not aged well, especially since there are other games on the Wii that are visually miles ahead of this game, even a few that came out before it. And despite all that, I love this game so much. Mario Kart Wii has endured as a fan favorite for nearly 17 years.
Good lord. And proper, I added that for you guys as well. Proper glazing. And you guys didn't even pick that. That was a shoo-in. I gave that one to you for free. You should have picked that one. You should go with the musty options. What's happening here, chat? That's twice now. I've been dead on the money.
And it's easy to see why. Drifting has been reworked to require you to just hold
hang on.
down the drift button instead of rapidly mashing the stick or D-pad. While I can see why some people don't like this change, I personally love it. It feels way more intuitive, and it's also much easier to stay on the track while drifting with this new
You know what? He mentions drifting.
System. You can now do tricks off of ramps and other inclines, giving you a burst of speed, and it's a lot of fun to seek out different trick opportunities. Bikes have
hang on.
also been introduced, and their unique mechanics are a lot of fun, even if they kinda render karts obsolete in this game with their Wii.
We got tricking equals good and bikes. Guys, we're in the end game now. Chat, we're in chat, we're in the end game. The comeback might be on. Unreal behavior. If he met
While there are some stinkers in the retro track selection, there are still a few gems, like N64 Bowser's Castle, Waluigi Stadium, DK Mountain, and Delfino Square. The Nitro track selection, however, is where this game's tracks really shine.
the cast form, the GOAT. Nitros equals good. Cast form's last minute pick. The last minute changeover. Cast form, you better give your props to cast form. He has not mentioned Funky yet. So that was a tactical change. A tactical change that worked out perfectly. Unbelievable stuff. Cast form, take a bow. As I load up Slot Machine, 3D World. We know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, gamers. It's time for the Musty Gambling Stream segment. I'm going to gift 5 memberships to the channel and see who gets them. There we have it. So Musty's gifted 5 memberships. So who is getting it on this glorious So Musty day? Ben Kirk, Saleem Nassar, Mega Rayquaza, Zooms, and Tara. Welcome to the Musquire Empire. Enjoy your early videos. Enjoy your membership. And until next time, and Castle with the extra 5. Never doubt me again. I've got this down to a science. An absolute beautiful showing from the gamers. That's all we got from the Musty Gambling Arena today. Until next time, sayonara. An excellent show. For the stinker we had on MK64, we brought it back. With Carsom's help, we brought it back, gamers. We brought it back. So let's get on to the next one, shall we?
But none of them, I repeat, none of them compare.
Didn't we have Rainbow Road Glaze?
Oh,
we did.
This is my favorite track in all of Mario Kart.
How many did we hit? Holy shit.
There are many reasons why Mario Kart Wii is still so beloved and popular to this day.
I think you said Retro's mid as well, so.
To its massive modding scene, to the
Come on, we got the mod. Jesus Christ, man. This is insane. How many did we get? Good lord.
Memory, but before we get to that, we still have a couple of other games left
Yeah,
to
I
talk
see
about.
there's 4.
So let's dash right to them.
Amazing. Double dash top 3. I will be there no matter what. Gamers, let's queue up some more Pokemon Battle Revolution music. Let's get on to... DS is still higher, by the way. Definitely a DS Andy. Definitely grew up on the DS. Right, what we got, gamers? You think you'll specifically mention the overlooked tracks? He'll give the overlooked tracks specifically a mention, so that'd be like Wario Coliseum, Mush City. So it's specifically gonna have like a small segment on some of the tracks in the game are really overlooked. And I'll give you it shaped like a Yoshi as the bonus. So these are your 5, all right? Unique gameplay, where he specifically mentions one of these 2. Underrated, he has to specifically... Okay, I'll give you underrated / overlooked. But he has to specifically use one of these 2 words, okay? Is that fair? I'll give you 2 words. Or, you know, I'll say overshadowed. I'll give you any of those 3 words. If he says any of those 3 words, we're fine. Hectic gameplay, sleepy controls, and special items equals good. Let's lock in, gamers. Let's lock in. That's it.
Mario Kart Double Dash is quite possibly the most unique entry in the series.
He said it, but he has to remember, he has to specifically mention one of those 2.
Rather than playing as only 1 character per round, you control 2 on 1 card. This
I think that was an easy give me, if we're being honest. That was a very easy give me, but does he do any more?
isn't just a cosmetic thing, as each character has their own item slot. Since you're able to switch between who's driving and who's throwing items mid-race, there's a lot of strategy that comes with storing items to use later. Want to save a mushroom for a shortcut but don't want to throw away your banana shield? Just switch characters and save it for when the time is right. Not only that, but various items like the fireball and bob-omb are tied to specific characters.
He has to say that he likes this. Remember, he mentioned special items, but he has to say he likes it for special items equals good.
Encouraging you to mix and match different characters to find different strategies. Double Dash's items are practically the lifeblood of the game, even more so than any other game in the series, except for the arcade games and I guess Tour.
Lifeblood equals good? But he didn't mention special... Are we giving it? Lifeblood equals good, and he was talking... Do I VAR check? I don't know. We might have to come back to that one. We'll see.
Many classics here, like Baby Park, Daisy Cruiser, Waluigi Stadium, Yoshi Circuit, DK Mountain, and a great
And technically he said Baby Park good, so we had that. We had that.
Castle. Though what kind of stings is that my 2 favorite tracks in this game, Mushroom City and Wario Coliseum, have never come back.
Oh, kill me. You guys should... This was my one. Wasn't this my one as well? This was my one. This was actually my one. And you guys never listen. You guys never listen to Old Man Musty. You never listen to me. I specifically wrote that as well. I wrote those 2 tracks as well. You guys need to listen to me. You never listen to me. You're like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even like Mario Kart.
The steering in this game is a little sensitive, especially on some of the tighter tracks.
I'll give you sensitive as slippery. I'll give you guys. He said sensitive. I'll count that as slippery.
But it's still responsive and fun to build up speed. And the game's soundtrack is super catchy and memorable. Even after over 20 years,
Music equals good. He said music equals good. So if you guys would have picked that, you'd have been good for it.
Creative, chaotic, and consistently fun games in the series.
Oh, okay. He said hectic gameplay. I'll count. Oh, chat. Okay, now you're in the crazy zone. Now you're in the crazy zone, chat. I'm not giving you special items equals good. I personally, if you're asking me, I don't count it. I'm not counting it. That's too much. That's too much. He said he has to say one of these 3 words. If he says any one of the, or it's shaped like a Yoshi as the secret option, another 5 gifters. He has to say one of those words, chat.
And I always enjoy booting it up on my PC, totally legal GameCube, to go a few rounds, even though there are still 2 more games in the series that surpass it in my mind.
Gamers, it's gonna be very controversial. This is gonna be very controversial, but I'm saying it. Gamers, Lifeblood is pregnant. Okay, we're gonna, okay, guys, fair. We will VAR check this. Let's go back. Let's go back and hear what he said exactly.
Want to save a mushroom for a shortcut, but don't want to throw away your banana shield? Just switch characters and save it for when the time is right. Not only that, but various items like the fireball and bob-omb are tied to specific characters.
So that's him mentioning the special items. You see that? Hang on. And then
you to mix and match different characters to find different strategies.
He's saying you mix and match them. But is that necessarily him? That's him saying what the mechanic is, but he's not mentioning praise. He's not specifically praising it. Does that make sense?
His items are practically the lifeblood of the game.
And then he mentions items in general, not special items. Special items.
Even more so than any other game in the series, except for the arcade games and I guess Tour.
You know what? I might have to make the... I don't know. I'm going to be honest. He's referring to the special items as the lifeblood. I wouldn't count it as a cast form. I also wouldn't count it. I'm going to stick to my guns here. I'm going to stick to my guns here. I'm going to say it doesn't count. You failed. You guys were close, but he wants to save money. I'm okay with the money. All right, don't worry about the money. But as the rule of the game, it does not count. Let's move on to the next game, though.
Mario Kart DS was my...
Jeez, I thought he was going to put DS at #1. That would have been fucking crazy, yo.
First Mario Kart. I lost...
Oh, man. Oh, do you know what? Oh, for fuck's sake. I was going to say nostalgia, but he technically said it. He technically said it already. Fuck. Nostalgia. I'll give you a straight plus for that, We're gonna do it. He's using nostalgia, Andy. That's probably gonna be a plus already. These are the options you decide to pick. We've gone with nostalgia. Mission mode has to come back. Remember, he has to specifically say, I'm surprised they haven't done this before. Why haven't they? Yeah, he can't just talk about mission mode. He has to say it needs to come back in some way. Any sort of story, I'll count even a short story. Any story to his past works. It introduced retros, which was a staple in the series. And if you mention snaking or any advanced strats, these are your 5 and the secret Yoshi option. I think you guys, if you ask me, I think you guys get this one. This one's a shoe-in, surely. But anyway, let's lock in. Let him cook.
The cartridge in my backyard and didn't get a new one for almost a decade.
We already got a Lord. Jesus Christ. Frame 1 Lord Dump? Hang on.
I lost the cartridge in my backyard and didn't get a new one for almost a decade.
Hey, listen, don't you ever say that, Musty. Listen, Frame 1. I'm actually crazy. I can't believe I said 60% sure. I'm insane. I've watched too much of this shit. I've watched too much of this shit. I can't give you guys any freebies anymore. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much.
Mishap aside, wow, what a great introduction to the series for me. This was the last game to have you mash the D-pad to build up a boost from drifting. And between each of the first 5 games, it easily handles it the best. Simply drifting around turns already feels intuitive, but mashing the D-pad back and forth to build up a boost adds so much risk for reward, especially if you try it in the middle of a straightaway just to maintain top speed. It's a game that's easy to play, but hard to master, which, to me, is the best way to handle a game made for casual and hardcore gamers. It helps that DS has a very strong track selection. It gets
No,
off
okay, hang on, chat. Hang on, chat. Oh, he's mentioning that.
to a rough
Whoa.
start,
He didn't mention snaking by name,
especially if you try it in the middle of a straightaway just to maintain top speed.
but since like, it was snaking slash. Did he? He's describing snake, but he hasn't used the word though. Are we? Okay, I'll say that counts. You know what? That counts. That counts. That counts. That counts. That counts. I agree with you. I think that counts. And he's showing the footage in the video. I think that counts. I think that counts. You know what? Fair. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Okay? When you're right, you're right.
It's easy to play, but hard to master, which to me is the best way to handle a game made for
And then, of course,
casual
right after
and
that,
hardcore gamers. It helps that DS has a very strong track selection. It gets off to a rough start with 2 of the most basic tracks in the series, but it quickly picks up the slack to give us so many iconic tracks.
And that is 100% proper nitro glazing. Whoever said that, you're justified. You never picked it. That was 100% proper nitro glazing.
What's cool is that numerous tracks in this game are inspired by locations from previous Mario games. Desert Hills and Airship Fortress are both inspired by Mario 3. Tick-Tock Clock and Peach Gardens are based on areas from 64. Delfino Square is themed around Sunshine. Boston Building takes you through Luigi's Mansion. And
He is just Schaffrillas at home, isn't he? He's just Schaffrillas at home. He mentioned Boston Building.
they're generally...
I'm gonna title this one "We Have Schaffrillas at Home." Does that too mean? Do I title this one "We Have Schaffrillas at Home"?
As DS is the first game in the series, not counting Super Circuit, to feature retro tracks, a selection of tracks returning from previous games.
So I'll give introduced retros gamers. Gamers. We're in the finale now. You guys are 3 for 5 again. You're in the same situation again. You're in the same situation again. I need him to specifically say the word nostalgia. Did he say it? If so, we'll go back and check. We'll VAR check it. But he has yet to mention mission mode. And there's still enough time. There's still enough time for him to mention mission mode. Nostalgia's already there. He has to say the word. I didn't hear him say the word. If he did say the word, play it back to me. Give me the clip. Let's find out. Let's lock in.
The battle mode is one of the series' best thanks to a...
So what do we have? Battle mode? Battle mode was mentioned for the... Is it the first time he's mentioned battle mode? I think you guys should have locked in battle mode, if I'm being honest.
great selection of modes and maps. There's a mission mode with an assortment of unique challenges.
He's mentioned, guys, he has to mention some variant of wanting this back, and you guys win again. Is he gonna do it?
And you can make your own emblems.
He mentioned... He said mission mode, but he didn't say it has to come back yet. You still got a little time, Jay. You still got a little time.
That's cool. Between its deep strategic controls, nostalgic tracks...
Oh! He did it! He did it! The laugh and nostalgic! I'll count that. Oh, he had you. He had you on the ropes, gamers. He had you on the ropes. Well, he had you covered there. He had you covered. What a gamer. You know what time it is once more, gamers. You know what time it is once more. We're opening up. Musty's Casino is open for business. Let's go, gamers. So, a big round of applause to our winners today, which include Namsu, the Wario Extraordinaire, Seller, never seen their name before, but I'm sure I love you nonetheless, Davee D, Plaz, Mario Adventure Gamer. Those are your 5. If you lost, get good. That's all from us this time. Until next time, sayonara.
And yet, it's not quite the best Mario Kart.
At number 2, so just to get back to your actual take though, at number 2 is crazy. Snaking is overrated. I'm gonna say it. Snaking is overrated. Your childhood is bad. You didn't even give me any scrimbly blimbly gwimbly stories about you playing with Jimmy as a kid and you kept beating him. Mid. That's what I'm saying. Mid. Let's continue.
As amazing as it isn't quite as deluxe as the number 1 entry.
All right, so gamers, for the final one of the stream, gamers, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be really honest with you, chat? You've fallen for my trap cards because I've run out of money, gamers. This was all a trick. I deceived you. I deceived you, chat. If you guys get 4 out of 5, everyone who's a member is banned on Saturday's stream. All of you guys are banned. You guys have been deceived. There are no gifts. I've run out of money. You guys are all banned. Every member is banned. on the stream. You guys are not attending. Every mod is demodded. You guys end up getting most content. Anti-gravity equals good edition. Amazable graphics. And 10-year-old game got them all. And BC with a rough transition into 3D. It's over for you. It's going to be a poor uprising. What will happen to me? Imagine that, Rashid Reviews, but worse. That's what's going to happen to you. Let's cook.
I mean, come on. What were you expecting? Seriously, what else could it have been? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling game in the entire Mario franchise for...
Oh, guys. Did it... You guys had sold a more billion... You didn't even go... That's unreal. I'm surprised you didn't go for that. But remember, hey, listen, to be fair, you know,
a reason.
You guys avoided getting banned, actually, so that's good for you.
Already incredible, but the upgrades and extra content in Deluxe pin it to the top of the list. I'm still ranking both versions in the same spot because to me, Mario Kart 8 is Mario Kart 8. The controls are pretty much perfect. The steering is smoother than ever, making even the tightest turns feel fair. Trying to hold a drift for
He said content. Gamers, ooh. You're in the mud. He said most content. Battenburg. Battenburg. Oh no! He doesn't know! Battenburg. And Musquire wizard as well! Battenburg doesn't know. Gamers, do you want to break the bad news to Battenburg? Battenburg, it was all a trick. It was all a lie. I deceived you. He doesn't know. Gamers, he doesn't know. He said more content, not most. Yeah, that's what I have written down. Yeah, that's what I have written down.
Such smooth drifting is enough to make me have fun on just about any track. About said tracks, Mario Kart 8 has a killer lineup of nitro tracks. The worst ones are merely kinda forgettable, while the best ones, like Thwomp Ruins, Toad
Oh my god, Zozim? Zozim mentioned?
Harbor, Shy Guy Falls, Sunshine Airport,
Who mentioned? He's a fucking Sunshine Airport guy as well?
Wario, Cloudtop Cruise, and Bowser's Castle are all instant classics. The new anti-gravity segments really set them apart, adding so many more dynamic and twisted layouts than ever seen before. As for the retro...
I'm counting that as anti-gravity equals a good addition. Guys, you might boo me. That counts. 100% that counts. 100% that counts. Gamers, hang on. We interrupt this program, gamers, for a breaking news update on the Sir Musty ban situation. Castcom has slid 10 under the table to try and get out of this situation. Musty, please. I know I made you spend some of those gifties, but that was hype. Come on. Haha, I got this down to a science. Please help your old buddy Castcom out. I've considered it. And the answer is no. Leave my house and close the door.
I want to move back a bit to touch on the graphics because hot damn does this game look stunning.
Oh! Gamers, it's not looking good for you. It's not looking good, gamers. It's looking rough right now. It's looking rough right now. Man.
The colors, the textures, the lighting, the effects, all of it comes together to form one of the best looking games in Nintendo's whole library. And the soundtrack. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has my favorite soundtrack in the entire Mario franchise. This is the first...
Jesus Christ, that's a massive shout, okay.
First and currently only Mario Kart to have its music recorded live instead of synthesized. And they did a phenomenal job with the new piece.
Just to catch you guys up, he has to mention how old he is relative to the game, and that the BCP started off shit but got better. That's what I mean when I say the BCP had a rough transition into 3D. Let's continue.
And remixes of old ones. They're bombastic, they're dynamic, and they sell the game's chaotic pace perfectly. Topped off with a great battle mode with fun maps and modes, as well as an excellent lineup of 16 DLC tracks, some of which were based on other franchises. You have a recipe for a strong contender for the best Mario Kart. And then the Booster Course Pass came along to Deluxe and solidified it. I'm not gonna act like the
hang on.
BCP is perfect. Far from it. Due to the tracks being ported over from Tour, the graphics are generally not up to the standards of the...
So remember, hang on, guys, remember, he said it's... Hang on, let VAR check. Can we get a VAR check, please?
Due to the tracks being ported over from
Hang on.
the graphics are generally not up to the standards of the base game, especially in the early waves. And some tracks...
Especially in the early waves. He's acknowledging that it started off rough. See, he's already done the first part, gamers. No, that's it. I got you dead to rights. He said it started bad, so now he has to acknowledge that it's gotten better now. If he doesn't, you're cooked. It's over. We're halfway to the rough transition. Oh my god. If he says it got better with wave 4, 5, and 6, it's actually over.
were definitely treated better than others. Regardless, it still brought back so many classic tracks.
Come on, say it. Say it, please.
Tracks. Playing all these classics from across the series alongside the new gems with the smoothest controls, liveliest music, and
you're killing me.
Prettiest graphics is a dream come true. Before, Mario Kart 8 was...
He's not going to do it, is he? He said it started shit, but he's not going to mention that it got better. No! No, he baited me. He still has time. He still has time. Shut up, chat. Shut up. He still has time. He still has time.
The best Mario Kart. Now, it's the definitive Mario Kart. We're still well overdue for a proper new entry.
Please.
But
please.
As great as it could
please.
I have no idea how it could possibly have any hope of topping this.
That's unreal. He didn't do it. No. He said half of it. He said, okay, so you got, well done, chat. You're safe. He was so close. He was so close. Well done. You're all saved. You're all saved. You're all saved. Fuck. I really want to ban people. I haven't banned people in a long time. Oh, it's over. Oh, damn it, man. Martin, no. Why? You banned everyone. Fuck, man. Whatever, man. Either way, interesting video. I feel like for some of them, I mean, your placements were crazy. Let's be real here, brother. Your placements were insane. But it was insane enough to for me to make a fun game out of, I suppose. Ban them anyway. Okay, you said you saved yourself at the last minute. Holy shit! I was just about to ban you for the comedy, but you saved yourself at the last minute there. Well done, Dodo for life. Well done. I mean, I guess your video was fine. I think this was a fine video. I don't think there was anything offensively bad about it. I obviously, whenever I watch videos, I always want you to go into as much detail. Like, I think one thing that I would like, if you were to do like in a future video, like really get into the specifics of things. Even if you want like your analysis to be relatively short, I'm okay with that. But I like it when people get into like specifics. You know, like if you said like one particular part of the OSC that you really loved, or one particular racetrack that you really dove into that. Those are the things I love. I love when people like really get into the weeds of like a thing, even if they want to keep it relatively short. So if you want to maybe incorporate it into another video use, I think that could add a bit more intrigue for me personally, because overall it's fine though. It wasn't like the worst video I've seen. It wasn't the best video I've seen. Somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? So keep it up, Plotty. I'm proud. I forgot this was an actual video. Well, instead of a game, instead of an evil game that I made up. But yeah, good video, brother. Good video. I feel less bad about saying that now. I feel way less bad, because I did feel a little mean calling him Shaft Jr. Someone literally said it. Well, Schaffrillas Jr., you're an odd fella, but I must say, you made a great video. Keep it up. And thank you for making it this far if you have. I'm sure if you've already made it here, you wouldn't mind it if I give the members a big thank you, right? You sure you wouldn't mind that? The Musquire Knights you can see in the description, alongside the Royal Guard scrolling across the screen, and the Wizards that will be immediately after. Thank you so much for all of your support. I've got some members-only content coming up soon. Ooh, you're going to want to subscribe for my various rambles. Join the Empire. Ooh. But if my mind control didn't sway you, then I'm sure these other videos will, including my second channel with a lot more of these kinds of stream highlights. They're not as highly edited, but if you want just the raw reaction stuff, you've got hours and hours of background audio to play Fortnite to, or enjoy at work or at various locations. But thank you once again, and until next time, there's your lot.